think they're ready for this. You know what time it is? It's about that time of the week to showcase what you got, the talent that we have. It's a whole lot. You can sing, you can dance, you can rap, you can write. It doesn't matter. You know what time it is? Put your hands in the sky and wave them side to side. Every foot alive. It's Talented Thursday with Kimberly Eichelle. Let's go. I don't think they're ready for this. You know what time it is? It's about that time of the week to showcase what you got, the talent that we have. It's a whole lot. You can sing, you can dance, you can rap, you can write. It doesn't matter. You know what time it is? Put your hands in the sky and wave them side to side. Every foot alive. It's Talented Thursday with Kimberly Eichelle. Let's go.
Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Kimberly Eichelle. Welcome to another episode of Talented Thursdays. I'm so glad to be here tonight. And just come on in the room, y'all. Come on in the room. Make sure you tell someone that Talented Thursdays is on. Y'all know, week after week after week, I am so happy to have you here. Last week, we celebrated love with Valentine's Day, right? We had Michael and Lawana Ramirez who joined us. And this week, we're getting ready to celebrate Black History Month. So I'm your guest tonight, but we are going to have a good time. So come on in. Make sure, again, that you tell a friend. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go on over there, catch up with some of the other episodes and, show your girl some love. We need love. Like LL Cool J, right? I need love. Yeah, that's what I need. All right, I have Charlene Carla, who is tuning in, my mentor in Florida. She said, greetings from Florida. Greetings, my sister. Thank you so much for showing up tonight. You all know that I always appreciate you. Now, we are talking about, like I said, Black History Month and just some gratefulness that's in my heart. We are a people who are inventors. We are strong. We have strength on our sides in the face of adversity. And this week I've been moving in silence, and I am grateful for the things that God has done. I've been doing Talented Television and Talented Thursdays for a very long time now, and things have been growing slowly, but I've been loving the journey because I get to meet so many people and I get to create a family. You all are my family that come to support week after week. And this week, let me just make a quick announcement because I'm excited about it. This isn't the official announcement, so y'all getting like a pre-announcement. Talented Thursdays is now on Spotify. It's now on Amazon. And also, where else is it? Amazon, Spotify, and there's one more place, Apple, on Apple. And we're going further. So come on, y'all, jump in, get on board because I'm on a journey. This is the tool that God has given me to come to you week after week, and we're going to have a good time. I'm proud tonight. I am proud tonight. Charlene said, congrats. Thank you so much. I have been working, and God has been showing me the way to do things. And I am so happy and excited. So thank you so much, my sister and my friend. So again, what are you all proud of tonight? Tell me something that you're proud of. Tonight is all about being proud, and also we just gonna have a good time, like I said. So come in, celebrate Black History Month with me. Celebrate these inventions, the music, the joy, the greatness. You're watching Talented Thursdays.
I don't think they're ready for this. You know what time it is? It's about that time of the week to showcase what you got, the talent that we have. It's a whole lot. You can sing, you can dance, you can rap, you can write. It doesn't matter. You know what time it is? Put your hands in the sky and wave them side to side if you feel alive. It's Talented Thursday with Kimberly Eichelle. Let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. And tonight I'm rolling solo dolo, but not really solo dolo because y'all are here with me. So when I'm talking, make sure that you're talking back to me in the comments because, you know, like I said, we're a family and I definitely need you here in the room. I need to feel y'all, okay? So what we're going to do is rep our city. Charlene Carla has already dropped her city or her state, I should say. She's representing Florida. Where are you all watching from? Drop it in the comments and let me know. Tonight we are celebrating joy, brilliance, creativity, culture, and greatness. Whether you're watching live or you're listening later, you know, back to the podcast, I am elated for what's going to happen tonight. I just want to share some stories. All right. So first, I want to know who inspires you? Who inspires you? And I had to think about that, you know, because of course I have people that inspire me, but I say, who is someone that's inspired me most? And I have to say, for me, that person has been my mom. She has been very inspirational in my life, not only because of the things that I've seen her do, from ministry to writing music, to writing poetry and all types of things, but also in the way that she inspires me to greatness. There are times when your girl has wanted to throw in the towel. I wanted to throw it in, y'all. I was like, I'm done. I can't do this. This is hard. Whatever the case is, during different periods in my life. But she always inspired me and told me that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And so I have to say the person that inspires me is my mother. But who inspires you? Who inspires you? So let's begin tonight with some brilliant innovators whose work has changed the world in ways that you might not realize. So we're going to talk about some people who have invented some things. Again, we're going to talk about music. And then we're going to have some fun. Okay. I'm going to see if some of y'all going to get that black card revoked. Okay. But before we get there, I want to talk about our first person tonight. His name is Lonnie Johnson. Lonnie Johnson. Do you all know who he is? Now, if you don't know who he is, I'm sure that your kids at some point probably used his invention. He is the inventor of the Super Soaker. Y'all know the Super Soaker, and I got a story about his invention. But before I go there, I want to say that Lonnie Johnson invented the Super Soaker. It's one of the, you know, summertime toys that people love, where they could just blast each other with water, and it didn't seem to stop. You know, at one time you used to have the little water things that you know, squeeze, and you had to keep squeezing it. Nah, Lonnie said, we're going to get better than that. We're going to soak you. Yes, so it was made by a Black inventor who also worked for NASA. So not only, you know, was he inventing toys, but he telling people how to get to the moon, basically. He was working at NASA on missions. So I just want to tell you all my Super Soaker story right quick, okay? Because y'all know I like y'all to, you know about your girl's background and things like this. So imagine in the 90s, as the young people say, the 1900s, okay? In the 1900s, I was in college, okay, mid-90s, and I was at Clark Atlanta. And if my girls was watching right now, they could tell you that this story is the truth. So let me tell y'all how Lonnie affected my life indirectly. So we pulled a prank. I lived in a dorm that was co-ed at the time. And so I had guys on both sides of my room, right? On both sides of my room. So all the girls on the floor decided to pull a prank on some of the guys. And we basically wrote a letter put it up on their door and made them think, that these people were coming to look in their room. Now, one of my friends had a pet that he wasn't supposed to have. And so, of course, it turned everything upside down. So they were angry with us for days because of that prank. And they decided to get us back. So I remember I had to go to the library and I could hear screaming like up and down the hallways. So the guys decided they were going to soak all of us. And we can't get our hair wet like that, y'all. So they tried to soak us like crazy. But my friend Megan, if you watching, sis, I want to shout you out and give you a medal because she knew I had to get to the library and get my paper done. And that girl protected me when I ran. I ran, y'all, down that hallway. I was gone. She said, Kim, I never seen you move that fast. Me either, but I wasn't getting soaked. Lonnie Johnson, that was because of you. A real life Black history moment. Okay, y'all, real life Black history moment. So also, one of our inventors, Garrett Morgan, do you know what he invented? Come on, somebody write to me in these comments. Tell me, what did he invent? Garrett Morgan gave us the 3-position traffic signal. The traffic signal. So, red light, green light, 1, 2, 3, the thing that keeps us from getting in accidents because people drive crazy, even with the traffic light. That was Garrett Morgan. And as I read about him, I believe he was born in like 1877, if I'm not mistaken. And he passed in 1963. Can y'all believe that? I was like, wow. He lived a long life, but it was almost like when I thought about it, I'm like, he was born in the 1800s, but he passed like after my mom was in the world. You get what I'm saying? So it was just like, wow. But I think that's great. That's another invention that is necessary for sure. Garrett Morgan. Madam C.J. Walker, one of the first Black millionaires, because she did what? Hair, right? She was doing hair. She was giving products. She was doing her thing. And I cannot imagine what it took to become a millionaire in those days. Those were days where life was hard for a Black person. They still hard today. Let's just keep it real. But we don't have it like they had it then. Madam C.J. Walker pushed beyond barriers. She pushed beyond all of those things to become the first Black millionaire. Can you imagine how those people were looking at her? And can you imagine the pride that she had to have on the inside? She had to have pride on the inside because she accomplished something that others before her had not even done, and as a woman. So shout out to those Black inventors. Who did we talk about? Lonnie Johnson with that super soaker, Garrett Morgan with the traffic light, and also Madam C.J. Walker, the first self-made female millionaire in America. She built a hair care empire and empowered thousands of Black women through employment and economic opportunity. Wow. Wow. So ask yourself, hold on, before you ask yourself, I'm going to jump over to the comments right quick. Charlene Carla, said, I wish I learned about all of these Black inventors in school. I do too. They teach us a lot of things, but they don't actually dive into Black history, which is a huge part of American history. So that's why, as we always have had to do, we have to kind of find our own path and find our own way and study ourselves, so we will know that we are a proud people. Black people are a proud people. So ask yourself, this could be something serious or it could be something funny, because I know what I would create, but I'm being real when I tell y'all what I would create. But if you could invent anything, what would it be? If you could invent anything, what would it be? Drop it in the comments. I will read it later. But let me tell y'all what I would invent. A weight loss machine. Yes, I would. If I could invent anything, I would invent a weight loss machine so I could step in. Y'all know how hard it is to take weight off. I mean, it happens, with hard work and determination. But if you could just get in there and be like, swoop, whoop, yeah, that's what I would do. I have Navelle Davis who is watching. Hello, my friend. Thank you for tuning in. One of the baddest musicians, singers, producers out of Washington. So good to see you. Thank you for showing love on tonight. Charlene said, a chocolate maker. I know that's right. She said, I'm making my own chocolate. Yes, wait a minute. It's a little smirk at the end. Chocolate maker. Okay, Charlene. Aisha, hello, my sister. She said, looking good, sis. Thank you so much, my beautiful sister. I'm looking at that profile picture. You looking good yourself. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I miss you. I thought about you, actually. So thank you for tapping in for sure. So let's talk about Black excellence in music. Black excellence in music. So music is the heartbeat of culture, right? It just makes us feel good. But music not only makes us feel good, it gets us through emotional times. It has highs, it has lows. We listen to it for weddings. We listen to it at funerals. We listen to it when we want to turn up. Music is just one of those things that speaks to the heart of men, and it's universal. And Black people have given so much to the music culture. As a matter of fact, our music can be heard everywhere. I'm going to talk about a couple of groups tonight or artists tonight, but we span like so many genres, from rock and roll to country to blues to jazz. Black people have done it all. And tonight I'm going to talk about some people that you may know or you may not know, but I definitely want to say check them out because some of them are old school, so some of you may not know them. And then I want y'all to add to the list too. So keep talking to me. Let me go ahead and jump into the comments. There she is, my inspiration. My mom has tapped in. Herdy Randolph, she said that the system, do not want you to know your history, but dig and you will find it. Say it again, dig and we'll find it, and we are living history today. We're living history today. So make sure everything that you all do, is inspirational, that you are doing things that will not only touch your own life, but will touch the lives of others and leave a legacy. Navelle Davis said, I don't know, friend. You don't know what you would make, Navelle, if you wanted to invent something. He said, I don't know, but I bet if he could invent something, it would be something that has to do with music because he loves music. And y'all should watch him. Every Thursday, he drops new music where he's singing, and it's awesome. Dig, he said, and you will find it. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So the first artist that I want to talk about that comes to mind, or that came to mind for me, is CeCe Winans. CeCe Winans. CeCe Winans is part of the Winans family, which is a huge family in gospel, right? You got BB, you got CeCe, you got Marvin, you got Carvin, you got all the Winans, Angie and Debbie and, all of them. However, CeCe came to mind because she is one of the top artists that spans not only in gospel, but in CCM music, in churches everywhere. They listen to CeCe Winans. So she has her song, Alabaster Box. And it's a beautiful song that tells the story of the woman who had the alabaster box and anointed Jesus before, he died on the cross. And so that's such a beautiful song. But CeCe could sing anything, okay? She can sing anything. As a matter of fact, I will be at the House of Blues Gospel Brunch this coming Sunday, actually, as a background vocalist, and we will be singing a song by Miss CeCe Winans. So make sure if you're in the Vegas area that you come on and check us out. All right. I also want to talk about Donald Lawrence and Company. Donald Lawrence, this man's musical repertoire spans years and years and years. So one of the songs that many of you may know is Encourage Yourself. Encourage yourself. The lyrics say, sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. And that is so very true. Have you had a day where you were just down and you felt like you couldn't make it, or you felt like, I don't want to do this anymore, or I can't do this? And then you had to say, encourage myself. I got to encourage myself. Sometimes you have people around you that don't speak life. And I believe that's another one of his songs, but I speak life. But you do have people around you who don't speak life into you. But that's another song by Donald that you need to listen to, because you have to speak over yourself, encourage yourself, and speak life. When people don't speak life to you, you have to be able to pour back into yourself. I'm a win. I can do this. Hey, I know I've been doing this a long time and don't look like it's making a difference, but it is. They said I'll never go back to school, but I will. They said I'm not good enough for the job, but I am. Speak life over yourself, and things begin to, as the world say, manifest. The Bible tells us to write the vision and make it plain. And as a man thinketh, so is he. So those are actually biblical principles, okay? Already written. But Donald Lawrence has given us so much great music that encourages us and uplifts us and tells us that we can go on. So shout out to Donald Lawrence. Let's see, who else do we have in the gospel arena? How about, let me see. Mary. The sisters that came, and they started moving, they was walking and they was taking shackles off their feet. These are the types of songs that speak to us. In music, lyrics are important. Take the shackles off my feet so I could dance. I want to praise him, meaning you can't hold me down anymore. I'm going to praise him. I'm going to move. I'm going to live. None of these shackles. The shackles that people try to speak over you, the shackles that society tries to bring, all of these shackles, take them off my feet so I could dance. I just want to praise them. Teresa Lockram, one of my sisters, said, I will encourage myself in the Lord. That's right, my friend. She said, I will encourage myself in the Lord. She also said, for real, Micah and I did it today. Life to us. Right on. That's right. And she said, no shackles. No shackles. Take them off so you can move, so you can go, so you can do what you're supposed to do. If we think about Black history, they held us in shackles for a long time. But the thing about it is, even when we were in shackles, they could not hold our spirit down. We're such a resilient people. A people that continues to be lifted even when oppression and things come. So take them shackles up off of me, honey. I gotta dance. They also had the song The God in Me, and then you got Erica Campbell, part of Mary, one of the sisters. She said, I love God. She ain't say I love God, Love. She said I love, Luh. I love God. You don't love God? What's wrong with you? So yes, we have to give it up for Mary. And then one of my favorite groups, y'all, and it's an old school group, but I shouldn't say old school. I should say the music is from the past, but it still resonates today. If you listen to these lyrics, you're going to learn something. If you listen to these lyrics, I promise you, it's going to bring a tear to your eye. I promise you, you're going to be encouraged. It's going to cause you to think. People who are in the R&B world and other arenas listen to this gospel group because of the harmonies and intricacies of their music. And that group is Commission. If you know Commission, go ahead and raise your hand out there. If you love Commission, go ahead and raise your hand out there. You hear me? I'm telling you, this group was so inspirational in my life, and I still love them today, you know. And I got their music kind of on accident. I think my mom was shopping when I was a kid, and she grabbed this cassette tape and I wore that mug out, okay, with songs like Ordinary Just Won't Do. I don't want an ordinary love. It's something about God's love, right? Ordinary love just won't do. I need a love that's pure and true. I know that's right. But Commission always had a story to tell. So if you've never heard them, I had to say Commission. Fred Hammond, Marvin Sapp came from Commission, and so many more. You definitely need to check out Commission. Let's see. Theris Coates is in the building out of California. Hey, Theris, and your beautiful wife. Good to see you all. He said, music is life changing. Yes, it is. Music is life changing for sure. It's just something about a beautiful song with a beautiful line. You know, that lyric that has been written, it can change someone's life. Have you ever heard a song and you like, I got to play it again? You just literally heard it and you said, I have to play this again because it spoke to you. It's something about music. God created music, but music, like he said, is life-changing. There are so many places that it can take you. I believe I've said on this show before that when you're listening to music, it can take you to a place. Like you like, oh, I remember this song. I was about this age and I was with this person and we were doing this or that. Music, man, it carries you. And Black music, there's just something about it. You know, we got a beat and we got soul. There's soul in our music. They call it soul music for a reason because it really resonates within the soul. Navelle said, yes, Commission. Yes, Commission, indeed, indeed. And Charlene said, Mississippi Mass Choir was my very first gospel cassette tape. Come on now. Yes, indeed. With Mama, what was her name? Mama Mosley, I believe it was. She just passed not too long ago, I believe. But she led all the songs in the Mississippi Mass Choir. And I had a friend, Dexter Weathers, who actually, I believe, sang with the Mississippi Mass Choir. So I love that. Their music is still good. You want to have a hallelujah good time? Y'all keep dropping the artists that you love to listen to as well. But if you want to have a hallelujah good time, put on that Mississippi Mass Choir. You're going to be clapping. Go ahead, pretend you got your church robe on, okay? Ain't nobody got to be in the room with you, but go ahead and have a good time because Mississippi Mass is going to take you right on through, okay? All right, Evangelist Hardy Randolph. She went back to the question about the invention. She said, I would invent my own natural products for hair, skin, and health for men and women, and also the babies. I love that. And I believe that she would. She loves products for sure. But she's an inventor for real, because a lot of things that she wanted to invent in the past, they're now out on the market. So I wish that there was a way, like I said, she's my inspiration. I wish there was a way that she could have gotten some of those things out at the time that she mentioned them, because they're happening even today, Navelle said, especially that Southern soul. Yes, indeed. What you call it, Navelle? He be like, I need that gut bucket. Navelle play that guitar. He plays a lot of instruments, but when he gets to playing that guitar a certain way, he say, I got that gut bucket going, you know? And so, yes, that Southern soul is beautiful. There is said the Fairfield Four. The Fairfield Four. I can't think of a song by the Fairfield Four, but you let me know in the comments. Do you all know who that is? Look it up. Look it up. Part of Black history. Part of Black history. Yes, indeed. So let's talk about let's see, there's also said Lee Williams. Lee Williams, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's that quartet. What y'all know about that quartet down south sound, that quartet music, okay? They say, I got Jesus. Yes, indeed. And Nabel said, I will invent a healing machine. I love that. I love that. Yes, indeed. A healing machine. Can you imagine? We don't need the doctors anymore and the medicines anymore and all of those things. And when you're in pain and your knees hurting or your feet hurting or your back hurting, Nabel said, hey, I got something for y'all. I got the healing machine. Nave's heal. Nave healed instead of Navelle. Nave heal. Okay, I gave you the name. You owe me a little bit of, okay, never mind. I'm just playing. I love that though, Navelle. I really do. Let's talk about some of our soul, R&B, and classic voices. What about none other than Miss Anita Baker? What's your favorite song by Anita Baker? Let me tell you, I was churched growing up. Do you hear me? I grew up in the good old Church of God in Christ. So all my music basically was gospel music. You know, my mom had music prior to that, but once we got churchy, we was in the church, you know. But my auntie came to visit one year, y'all, and she brought that Anita she brought that Anita Baker tape. And I tell you, it was all over. It was all over. I think I wore that tape out too, y'all. You hear me? So you got Sweet Love, No One in the World, Caught Up in the Rapture, just all that soulfulness that comes out of her voice. You know, I don't know if she's still touring. She was, and then it was like the farewell tour, and then she came back. I don't know. But if you don't know Anita, go ahead and, you know, take a listen. I would say Sweet Love. And her voice to me is just like beautiful. You know, it has a tone to it that not a lot of singers have. And that's what I love about our music too, is because we're so eclectic. And our voices are just different. You know, each voice is, it just gives a beautiful sound. And Anita is one of those. Pure, warm, soulful, right? Pure, warm, and soulful. Let's see. Nabel said, just get into that. He said, just get into that healing machine. I hear you, Nabel. Also, there is sent a link for you all to check out. I'm sure that's probably for the Fairfield 4. So make sure you check that out. Also, Charlene says, Sweet Love was my jam. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Once you heard that, you knew it was time to get to sweeping that kitchen, right? Go on and get to sweeping and cleaning up and doing whatever you're doing. I love Sweet Love as well. There is Coach says, Standing in the Safety Zone. That must be the song by the Fairfield 4. So make sure y'all check it out. I know I'm going to take a listen. I am going to take a listen after this show tonight. All right. Evangelist Hurdy Randolph said Aretha Franklin and Natalie Cole. Aretha, yes, the queen of soul, the queen. Y'all know, can't nobody do it like Aretha, like Riri, you know, that she's a legend, right? I mean, who doesn't know who she is? She sung from everywhere, from the church to the White House. So drop your Aretha Franklin songs. One of my favorite songs is I'm gonna knock on your door, rap on your window pane. Yes, indeed. Yes, sang, Aretha. That's another thing we do, right? Sing, Aretha. And Natalie Cole with This Will Be an Everlasting Love, right? This will be. All right, y'all dropping some good old songs up in here. I'm telling you, some great artists as well. Now you see what I got on tonight, right? I wore this on purpose. Can y'all see? Oh, so let me just tell you, I finally got to go see all of New Edition. I saw them all recently. It was New Edition, it was Boys to Men, and Miss Toni Braxton. But let me tell y'all why I'm so excited that I got to see New Edition. I've seen Belle Biv DeVoe a couple of times. I believe one time when I went to see Belle Biv DeVoe, Bobby Brown ended up showing up, but I've never seen them all together. And Candy Girl, when it came out, I was a kid and I'm like, I like them. I like them. And so I got a surprise for my birthday this year, y'all. Not only did my niece get my ticket to go see New Edition, yes, okay, but my family had flown in to surprise my mom, and then they went to the concert with me. So it was amazing. New Edition. Can you stand the rain? Girl, I'm sorry. You're not my type of girl. Oh, okay. Candy Girl. Yes, New Edition. Legends, right? Living legends. And the concert was amazing. So if they're coming to your city, I would turn around, but I ain't gonna turn around. But on the back of my t-shirt, but go on to the website, are all the dates that they're gonna be in different cities. Go check them out. These brothers are still moving and grooving. They still sliding and gliding. They still dancing and prancing. Do you hear me? And they sound good. And when Bobby came out, everybody was screaming. And when Johnny came out, they had the roses and the this, and it was a great concert. We talking about Black culture, Black history. We celebrating y'all tonight. And I am so glad, oh my gosh, that I got a chance to see them. Boys to Men did amazing. I love seeing them all the time. Also, Toni Braxton, she looked beautiful. She did a great job. But it's something about my boys here. This is why I was at the concert. This is why. So anyway, I'm gonna jump back over to these comments, y'all. I hope you're having a good time tonight. Again, I am your girl, Kimberly Eichelle, and each week, pull up 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm always bringing you great artists. Tonight, like I said, I'm solo dolo, but I'm still here because y'all my family, and I don't want to leave y'all hanging, and I need y'all. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all. So thank you for being in the room tonight. Next week, I have a great artist that is coming. She is a background singer for a huge artist, and she is an artist in her own right. So make sure that you come back. Go ahead and set your alarms for next Thursday at 7 p.m. Let me jump to these comments. Navelle said, giving him something he can feel by a That's it. Giving them something. I don't know why I'm singing tonight, y'all, because really I'll be nervous, but that's the jam too, Navelle. That's it. To let them know my love is okay. Yeah, I feel you. That's a good one. Charlene Carla said, if it isn't love, that's right. If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? I'll say, why does he stay on my mind? If it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad? Yeah, you feel me, Charlene. I had a good time, girl. I was screaming, y'all. I was screaming. I was so excited to go to that concert. I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret, and I'm a little embarrassed, but I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret. So like I said, my cousins were there. My auntie had came in. I was excited. We going to this concert. I've been in Vegas for a long time. I've performed at different places. I've been to different concerts. And for the first time since I've been in Vegas, y'all, I got out the car. I walked to the elevator. Stay with me, because I'm telling y'all the truth of what happened. I walked to the elevator. I'm talking. I'm laughing with my cousins, laughing with my auntie, having a good time, y'all. Went into the concert, had a great time. Came out. I forgot where I parked. I didn't know what floor. I was walking up and down aisles. We rode up and down the elevator, and imagine it was an arena full of people. So we had to wait to get back on the elevator, each floor. My brother had to come rescue me, y'all. He came and rescued us and had to drive around and find my car. So I'm a little embarrassed, but because y'all family, y'all like my cousins and stuff, I'll tell y'all, I was embarrassed, and it won't happen again. It won't happen again. I don't care how excited I am. I'm always gonna look at the number and see what floor and area I parked in. Now, this is a warning to somebody. Don't get too excited when y'all go to some of these concerts and different arenas and stuff. You better find out where you parked, or you're gonna be like me and your feet gonna be hurting at the end of the night, okay? So also, Teresa said Micah has a crush on Toni Braxton. I love it. I love it. Look, she's beautiful. She's so tiny and just cute, and she could sing, right? She has that heavy, voice, that alto or contralto. I don't know which one, but it's beautiful. Tell Micah, unbreak my heart. Unbreak my heart, Micah. So what about, let me see, SWV. Love will be right where? Right here. Love will be right here. What about weak? Weak? I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly, when SWV came out, I believe I was in high school. So that was the time we were wearing the kind of baggy clothes and sometimes the little overalls. You may have your overalls like one shoulder out, one in. That's another thing. Our fashion, we set the fashion. You get what I'm saying? Like the televisions, everybody be watching because they want to see what we're doing next. It's the culture. We kind of cool like that. And I love it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, SWV came out at that time, and such a great group. Sisters with voices. Those girls could sing. They were young ladies at that time. You know what I'm saying? But they could sing. Tight grooves, and you had your dances, all of that. We had a good time. We talking about the music. Let's see. I'm jumping to the comments. You are a music box. You probably were singing. Let me tell you, I was singing some of everything at that concert. Do you hear me? I screamed. Oh my goodness. You would have thought that I was on stage. You know what I'm saying? I had a good time. That's what I'm gonna say. I had a good old time. And so y'all gotta go to a concert with me one day, because I enjoy music. I love music. Music is on the inside, for real. I love old school. I love just all types of music. I love gospel music, of course. I love some hip hop. Man, I love entertainment. And so here we are at Talented Thursdays, because I bring artists to share not only their gift and their talent with you, but also share with you like their journey, because there is a journey. And this platform is open to so many artists. And I have some great people that are coming for y'all this year. And I'm not even ready to tell you yet, but oh my gosh, I got a comedian that's coming. And I'm so excited. He's been in the business for like 30 years. And y'all know who he is. But I'm not going to tell you yet. I'm just telling you to keep watching, keep listening, press subscribe, make sure. Y'all just make sure that you stay tuned in. We're going to have a good time this year. Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige came out and shook up the game, right? She was also in like 90s, 2000s. And man, she was doing her thing. When she came out with Real Love and all that, don't tell me that we didn't have like our hair done like certain artists, wanted to sing like certain artists. I've been singing a long time, y'all, and performing a long time. It's what I love to do. But man, I found Talented Thursdays and Talented Television, and I discovered that I like to talk. I enjoy people. I enjoy hearing stories. And so as much as I like to hit the stage from time to time, this is my thing right here, right here. And so I'm praying that it gets bigger and bigger. I don't know if you all caught me last week. Yep. Last week on Sherry. Let me just tell y'all something. How good God is. This is a pause moment, right? So One day, one of my friends, this is another story for y'all. I'm going to tell you right quick. One day, one of my friends contacted me and she said, girl, did you see that Sherry used your comment on her show? I had no clue. Sherry Shepherd. I had no clue. So I was looking for the video. I couldn't find it. She sent me the video and she said, Kimberly, oh, it was a caption video. So she said, caption this picture. And they were eating like peanut butter and pickles or something, right? So they're eating these peanut butters and pickles. And my caption was, girl, you got us eating peanut butter and pickles. Who pregnant? And Sherry used it on her show. And she put my little Facebook picture up and my name. And she said, Kimberly Eichelle said, and so I created a video because I was excited. And I said, friend, you called me Kimberly Eichelle, but it's Kimberly Eichelle. And I'll see you one day to let you know. Who would have known just a couple months later that I would be on Sherry's show? Now, I didn't get to say nothing. Not that time. I didn't get to say anything. I was in the virtual audience, though, for her seasoned and singles, right? So you can see me at the top box. I'm waving. You see my background that you see here. I'm just, just showing love and everything. But I was on Sherry, y'all. So that was like a glimpse for me into the future. Like I spoke that thing like, girl, I'm coming. I'm going to tell you, friend. I didn't know that I was going to be able to be on her show. And I know that there's more to come. That's just the beginning of things. I'm so excited. So excited. Charlene, going back to the music, said, I'm so into you. We talking about SWV? Yes, indeed. I don't know what I'm gonna do, right? They said, boy, you got me so confused. I'm so into you. Yes, indeed. That right there is a jam. If you're not moving your feet on that song, I don't know what to say, because that's a bop, as they say. That song is a bop. And Charlene also said Christian hip hop. Yes, I love Christian hip hop. As a matter of fact, I had a guest on here not too long ago, Les J. That was about 2 weeks ago, Les J. And he came on and told his story. He is blowing up in the Christian hip hop world. Not only him, I have other friends that are in hip hop. I used to listen to Gospel Gangsters. What was the other one? Disciples of Christ, I believe they were called. There are so many Christian hip hop artists. Lecrae, how can we not mention Lecrae? And so many others. So absolutely, we have so much good music. And Nabel said, yes, more to come, friend. Thank you so much. I believe that. One thing that I often say, which is my motto, my personal motto, and you all can borrow it if you want it. But I often say, God makes my dreams come true. And he does. He does just that for me. God makes my dreams come true. And one day I'm going to do a full background of the things that I myself have been through in life. And man, I'm still smiling. I'm still going. I'm still thriving because it's the God in me, right? It's the God in me. So excited about what God is doing. So let me just say, we talked about Aretha Franklin, but we didn't talk about Stevie Wonder. Now, let me tell you my story about Stevie. Stevie Wonder, I did not get to really know. I knew some of his songs, but I didn't know the magnitude of his songs until I went off to college. So I had a music appreciation class, and we had to choose an artist. And my team chose Stevie Wonder. When I tell you, I fell in love. Musical genius. Can we talk about musical genius? None other than Mr. Stevie. I believe it's Steveland, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody tell me in the comments. Stevie Wonder. Started singing as a kid. Clap your hands just a little bit louder. That was him, right? But everything from Overjoyed to Superstitious to Isn't She Lovely? And how many of us have had a birthday party and we sing the regular happy birthday and somebody be like, I need you to sing it the right way. Happy birthday to you. Yes, indeed. I love Stevie Wonder, part of the culture, a legend. So grateful for Black history, y'all. So grateful. I got to also mention Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye was also an awesome singer, artist. With I believe he was with Motown, with What's Going On, just talking about things that were going on in life, the politics, the wars, all of the things that were going on. He talked about in his music. So in our music, there are some things that are uplifting and makes us laugh and gives us joy, but there's also a message in our music. And so Marvin Gaye was one of those who brought that message that's saying, what's going on? Fathers, there's so many of you crying. There's so many of these people who are dying. He talked about picket lines and all these things, like what's going on? And so there's a powerful sound behind his voice when he's giving delivery, but there's also a message like, we got to stop. We got to find a way, right? To bring some love here today. And I know I might have messed up a little bit of the lyrics, but that's what he was saying. I'm paraphrasing. We've got to find a way. So yeah, our music is deep. And we can talk about Marvin with his lyrics, but we can go all the way back to the days where our ancestors were in chains and the songs that they sang, from Follow the Drinking Gourd, which was messages on how to escape. All the songs that they sang, Go Down Moses, all of those spiritual anthems had a message. It wasn't just about a song. There was a message in the music. And there's a message in our music still today. There's something about the culture. There's something about Black history that cannot be denied. They try to suppress, but you can't suppress a powerful people. So take a minute, y'all. Not a minute, because we ain't got a minute. Take a second. Ask yourself, which song makes me feel something deep? Which song speaks to you? Whether it makes you happy, whether it makes you bring back these memories of love, whether it makes you think that a change has to come. It's been a long time coming. Oh, but a change is going to come, right? Tell me about it in the comments. Charlene said, Ribbon in the Sky. That's right. That's right. So many people love that song. Ribbon in the Sky for our love, right? Yes, indeed. So I could go on and on, y'all. We could talk about sports, from Serena Williams to LeBron James to Simone Biles, and just the culture that we have within our HBCUs, historically Black colleges and university, and the sounds of our marching bands and all of those things. There is a distinct sound. Y'all ever been to a game and heard that marching band? Your team could be losing, but when that band start playing, it's a whole nother thing, right? It's still a celebration. That band gets a playing. And the thing about our bands is that they also play gospel music. So they could play something like I Ain't Never Scared, all the way to oh my goodness, I give myself away so you can use me, right? They play some of everything. That's just something about the beauty of the culture, the beauty of just who we are. We're able to live and enjoy life in spite of things. And tonight is just a celebration. We celebrate all cultures, but tonight is a celebration of Black history and Black excellence. So we talked about music. We talked about sports briefly, and even fashion, from Dapper Dan, who pioneered streetwear couture, blending luxury labels with urban style long before it was mainstream. He collaborated with major fashion houses and made Harlem a fashion destination. You also have Kirby Jean Raymond, which uses fashion as storytelling, weaving culture, activism, and identity into runway collections. You also have Tracy Reese, celebrated for elegance, bold colors, and empowerment. Her designs have graced red carpets and everyday life with confidence. If I designed an outfit inspired by joy, it would be something for joy. It would have to have some purple for me because that's my favorite color. So to show some royalty. And I used to have an outfit that was purple and orange, and it was cute, y'all. So I think I will put those two colors together. Orange represents the sunshine, the lights, joy, and then purple, that regalness, right? That royalty, that I am a queen, I am a king. We can rock whatever we want to rock. It's something about fashion as well. Maurice Running Man Maddox is in the building, and he said, if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. I know that's right, Maurice. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. Charlene Carla is talking about the band. She said, yep, I was in high school band for all 4 years. Go ahead and drop that instrument, sis. Let me know what you was playing in the band and one of your favorite songs that you liked to play when you were in band. 4 years, high school band. I know that's right. Maurice also said, total praise. I love when they play that. I know that's right. That's one of my favorite songs. And how can I not mention Richard Smallwood, right? Richard Smallwood, a legend in the gospel community. I also got a chance to meet him years ago. He has passed on recently, but actually, I want to give my condolences and love to his family and also those who appreciate his music, because that is a big part of gospel music. His music is beautiful. I love his song Angels. If you all don't know who Richard Smallwood is, make sure you go and check him out. We're talking about Black history, Black culture. Charlene said drill team and drumline. Can't remember any songs. Okay. She said on the drill team and the drumline. I know that's right, Charlene. Charlene said, I can keep the beat. I can keep a beat. Yes, indeed. Also, I also want to say condolences to the family of Jesse Jackson, who was a civil rights leader who just passed recently. He did so much with the Rainbow Push Coalition, telling us that I am somebody. I am somebody. So thank you, Jesse Jackson, for what you've done. After people pass, you hear all types of things that come out when they can no longer defend themselves. I don't know what's true and what's not true, but I know what I saw. And I did get a chance to see him one day as well. And so for those who fought for civil rights, for those who fought for us to be great, for those who fought for us to be seen, for those who fought for us to live, for those who fought for us to be able to drink water at the same water fountain, for those who fought for us to be able to sit in a restaurant, for those entertainers who had to go in back doors and still entertain, and we got to listen to their music, even till today. Thank you. Thank you to our ancestors, to those who came before us, our elders, to those who have been a blessing to us even till today. Thank you. We have to take time to appreciate each other, to thank each other for what we've done for one another, and to come together as community and not let anything separate us, to be bold, to be resilient, to be us, to be free, to use the gifts that God has given us and be who God has called us to be. Such a special people. Such a special people. All right, y'all. Let's see what we got next. Oh, I told y'all we were going to play a game. I got like 2 minutes. We're going to play this game. All right, y'all. This time has flown by. Let me jump in the comments just right quick. Teresa Lockram, my friend, my sister, said, I saw Jesse Jackson in Kansas City, 1978, during the I Am Somebody time. That's right. I am somebody. Say it again. Say it out there with me, y'all. I am somebody. That's right. Yes, indeed. I love that, Teresa. Love that. Now we just gonna have a fun time, a little silly time right quick. I need you all just to go with me through this. It's not actually Black Card Revoked, but you know, if you're rolling with the culture, let me just say you should have done at least a couple of these things or heard a couple of these things before. Let me just jump back into the comments right quick. Evangelist Hardy Randolph says, Stevie came to our neighborhood when I was in Indiana. Our songs are about our lives. Trouble Don't Last Always is one of my favorite songs. Dancers, drummers, singers, artists, and more is who we are. Y'all hear that? That's good. That's good. First of all, trouble don't last always. So remember that. If you are going through something tonight, I hope that this episode has blessed you, has inspired you, has uplifted you. And remember that trouble don't last always. Also, dancers, drummers, singers, artists, and more is who we are. We're talking about Black culture, Black History Month, okay? So let's jump in just right quick, y'all. I got time for just a few of these. Let me see. I'm not going to say Black Card Revoked. I'm going to say you ought to know, okay? So if you've never done the hammer dance, I love me some MC. Okay, I love some MC Hammer, okay? Who was also huge in the culture. There's so many people. Hammer, oh my goodness. Did y'all see all the people? If you were back in that time, if not, go to YouTube, look up MC Hammer and see all the people that he used to have on stage with him. Such a blessing because he brought the community with him. And that's what we're talking about, right? When you come up, bring somebody up with you. Now, not to the point where it's going to bring you back down, but bring somebody up, okay? Bring them on up. Let's go. First, love your creation. My friend Selwyn is in the building. He said Talented Thursdays is Black excellence. Great show. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. You know, you have those people who inspire and encourage you all the time. And I am so grateful again for first, love your creation. Fly. He fly out there, y'all, in California, okay? So if you don't know Candy Girl, what I was singing earlier, you ought to know better, okay? If you've never clapped on the two, you ought to know better. If you've never shouted in church, some of y'all may not. I'm gonna let you slide with that one. Never mind. If you don't know Push It by Salt and Pepper, you ought to know better, okay? If you never sung Weak at the top of your lungs, you ought to know better, okay? If you've never been moved by Shirley Caesar, CC Winans, or who else we want to say, or Fred Hammond, or John P. Key, or Yolanda Adams, or Kirk Franklin, or the clock. If you ain't never been moved by at least one of them, you ought to know better, all right? You ought to know better. Now, I hope y'all had a good time tonight. I know that I have. I've had a great time, and I love coming to you every Thursday. You all are such a blessing to me. I hope that I inspire you, but I want you to know who you are to me. We are a family, like the song say on Dreamgirls, right? We are a family, like a giant tree. That's who you are to me, for real. Y'all bring me so much joy. You don't know that people go through all types of things in their lives unless they tell you what they're going through. And it's not that I'm going through a difficult time right now, but you all bring me so much joy. I be in the house a lot, y'all. I like I said, I'm on Sherry seasoning singles. And I don't know how I'm find somebody because I'll be at home. But I'm all right with that. That's what I'm saying. Because I got y'all every Thursday. My friends come and see me. So thank you so much. Charlene said, yes, love this show. Thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you as well. So before we say goodbye, y'all, remember Black history is creativity, joy, leadership, music, fashion, sports, faith, and culture. It's influence and it's legacy. It's our legacy. And so, what are you going to do today that's going to change your tomorrow? Get up. Who said that? Drop it in the comments. Get up. Get up. We gotta get moving. We gotta do what we're called to do and let our greatness and our light shine, right? They say black girl magic and black boy joy. That's what we always want to exude, you know. Affirmations before we go. We are talented. Repeat after me. We are talented, or I am talented. I am a visionary. I am evolving into greatness. And I am necessary. I am necessary. Maurice, you got it right out there. He said James Brown. That's right. He said, get up. Yes, indeed. Evangelist Hurdy Randolph said, big families and food is great in Black history. We ain't even get to the food tonight. You right. I mean, let me say this. If you don't know the difference between, let me see, collard greens and mustard greens, you ought to know better. Okay, that's right. We got some great food, soul food. Everything that we do speaks to the soul and from the heart. Estella Johns is tapping in. She said, hey, sis. Hey to you. Make sure that you go back and watch this episode. I hope that you smile. I hope that you laugh. I love each and every one of you. Happy Black History Month. I will see you next week. Again, I have a great artist that's coming up, and you're going to have a good time. Take care, y'all. Make sure you subscribe. I'll see you next week. God bless. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Please support by subscribing to Talented Television on YouTube.